what do you think about the Candace Owens? And I asked you that having already seen your video.
You said you have seen it or you haven't?
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I don't think she got fired, but by me saying that, it doesn't take away from what the scenario was with her in Daily Wire. Doesn't take away from that. It's just I understand marketing and I understand strategy, and um, I don't think she got fired because, like I said in the video, I remember it was March 19th of 2021, and I shared like because that was her debut episode with the Daily Wire, and that was March 19th, 2021, and her last episode was March 19th, 2024. So is that a coincidence, or does that mean that the contract is up? Just that by itself doesn't mean I'm taking away from how the rabbi disrespected her. I can't even that rabbi like because I told you I didn't get the chance to see the whole. I don't know what was it 2 hours, but just snippets of me seeing that like that guy's the devil, yo. Like that was disgusting. Like that was horrible, evil. Like that was the way he was talking to her like that. But
Yeah,
I'm still, obviously I think like a scale. So I take that for what it is. I don't underestimate it by all means. But I think that it I don't think that she was fired. And I think I don't know if I told you before, but like I said in the video as well, she almost said the quiet part out loud to the Breakfast Club when Charlemagne had asked her, what was the, if he's saying like, if you feel like, that part when Ben Shapiro was like, well, if you feel like it's too much to take money from the Daily Wire, you should quit. I never interpreted that as him saying he's going to fire her because the whole thing was about her putting out a scripture saying you can only choose one master, choose God or choose money. And then Ben Shapiro said, well, if you feel like you're taking money from the Daily Wire coming in between you and God, then you should just quit. And when Candace is saying that he doesn't have the power to fire her, I believe her. That's what she's saying. So I believe her.
yeah. I don't know who interpret that any different. There's really nothing to
I
interpret
think
it.
I, not just from the Breakfast Club, but the initial post itself back in November. That's how the majority interpreted it. They interpreted it as him saying he's going to fire her. I took it as
I
him
mean,
saying to her, "You choose money every day." So if you noticed, like when I attached that part, she almost said that out loud. she she was like, I don't know. I think he said choose money or daily what, and then she cut it off, and then she said, "I was just talking about peace," and he chose something else. So she almost said the quiet part out loud. But the Breakfast Club, they're not able to catch that because they're too focused on what's going on with the black community and how do you feel about the black community and I'm going to sing good times and I want you to sing the rest of it. They're so focused on that they don't know how to ask her other questions.
yeah,
There's more to America than black people.
yeah. The Breakfast Club humbled her, and it was a very low point for her. If they asked me that mess about the
Will
good
Smith,
time,
mm-hmm,
I would
the fresh.
be like, y'all can kiss my black ass.
So when you
Like
say that they humbled her in your perspective,
they
like explain that. What do you think?
they brought her low to their level, to their degenerate, debased, simple, simple-minded level. That's what they brought her down to, and then she just played along. I was like, this is a low point for her. But I think
What did you think all in all? Did you think it was like necessary to have that episode? Um, seeing two different, the two different types, Breakfast Club is Breakfast Club, Candace is Candace Owens. Do you think it was good to have like to have that dialogue?
it was good for her PR
Okay.
amongst amongst the most debased sector of the black social media sphere. All all that interview did was expose her human side to the shade room. That's all it did. Because if you listen, if you actually just listen and watch, kind of how she moves. One thing I'll give her is that she's consistent. I don't think she's a grifter because she never really kind of reneged on anything she said. She's been consistent the whole time, so I can't really call her a grifter
Yeah, like
or anything.
that's the thing. Exactly, like what she said on the Breakfast Club, it's not like she never said that before.
Yeah,
It's just that they're so, them and their average set of followers, they're so caught up in what can you do for Black America or what's going on with Black America that they didn't even listen to her in the past. So then now it's like, because they're having their own awakening in one sense or another, it's like this is all new to them. So they're just automatically taking it as she's, grifting to the Black community and she's trying to get invited to the cookout with the soggy ass macaroni salad. Like, nobody cares about that shit. You can keep your stingy ass one plates. Like, that's not like, but what I will say on the other side of that is, because of going back to what I'm saying, I'm assuming allegedly that her contract was probably up. That if she had the first show on March 19, 2021, and her last episode was March 19, 2024, I'm assuming that the contract was up just in the nick of time. And if she's going through what she was going through with Ben Shapiro since November, even longer than that, when Kanye West and her did the White Lives Matter, and Daily Wire advised her not to sit down and have a talk with Kanye. She was quiet at that time, and that's like 5 months after the rabbi started harassing her or whatever the case. So I think a lot of this stuff is calculated, and
yeah,
it's great. Like, when she comes to the end of the road with the Daily Wire, now she has certain, like, there's in the Black community, like, you see the comments, you got some Black folks like, nah, it's too late, she can't come back now. And then you also have some that are like, oh, I like her. So, and she's gained more of a following from Black people and Muslims. So the more the merrier, because it's all marketing and strategy
yeah,
when you think about it. And if you want to fall for it, whether you're Black, whether you're female, whether you're any demographic group that I even spoke of in my videos, that's on you. But I'm not knocking her hustle. I'm not going to knock her hustle at all.
yeah. I think that she knew this was coming. That's why she went on this black tour.
Exactly.
She
Exactly.
did an interview with Joe
Did you get
Budden.
to see that video with Joe Budden?
Yeah, yeah,
You
I
got to see
saw it.
the full video?
Yeah, yeah, I
What
saw it.
did you think about that one?
Nothing,
Think
nothing really.
you
I think Joe Budden is a homosexual. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that.
think
Shouldn't have said that. Dang.
you felt
But he
like
was
Don Lemon was interviewing her?
no. It was the way that he kept writing. He kept trying to speak up for the alphabet community,
Oh, he
and I
did
was
that?
just
Because I actually
yeah,
didn't know that. He did
he
that?
kept pressing her. Yeah, he kept pressing her. I was like, "What is it to you?" But I heard his door swings both ways. That's what I heard, but I don't know.
Because he
But
said that out his mouth separately, like, I think, was it 2 years ago? He
I
was
don't know.
like, I buy. And he did it in a way where you could take it as, is he joking or is he not? But he fits into that, light skinned nigga stereotype. So people are just like, because there's even a rumor that he used to hump his dog or something. It was all these types of things. So, and that he does either coke or crack or something. I don't even know. But there's definitely allegations of him like swinging both ways.
Yeah, I'm not into the hip hop new scene. I can't stand that culture. I hate it. I hated what it's done to our society. It's been poisoned. There's no net positives that has come out of that genre of music. And now I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I still bump. Pimp C, the
See,
Bro
still,
B. I still
that's because
yeah.
you're from Texas.
Even though it's degenerate, sometimes like I can recite every lyric on Jay-Z's first album. I can recite every lyric. So
And speaking of, since you said that, and we were kind of talking about Candace Owens, anyways. You know how that part in the Breakfast Club, they asked her about her white husband, right? And she was saying that the man that she fell in love with, he had a high IQ. So in the comments, it was like, oh, they're saying that she's saying Black men have low IQ. And this is what I mean when I say that they don't pay attention to her. They don't listen to her. It's like one of those. they only want to hear her when they want to hear her on their time. And that's so ignorant and degenerate within itself, because she even spoke highly on Jay-Z. Like the way that he moves, the way that he's a capitalist, so is she. And she thinks that he's brilliant. She speaks highly on Larry Elder. She speaks highly on Thomas Sowell. There's black men that she has spoken highly about. And I think they missed the memo. And it's like, it's not good enough. It's never good enough.
They proved her point about low IQ. Why would she get with somebody with their kind of IQ? I understood exactly what she
Yeah.
said. People don't understand context. People just listen for words and they don't grasp the context of what she's saying. I know exactly what she means. I look back, like the other day I was getting tired. I was about to go to sleep. I'm like, I was thinking, I said, I've dumbed myself down for years just so I can appeal to people around me. And every woman that I've been with, they never matched my IQ or whatever, or they didn't understand. They didn't really understand how I thought. I hate the whole thing. Oh, you're so smart. Like I hate when people say that, but it's hard for me to have conversations with people because they can't go to the level that I'm trying to go to. I'm not even trying to go to a high level. I'm just trying to go to like a just non-ignorant. I don't want to have ignorant, empty, baseless conversations. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody and you left feeling empty?
Yeah, you're wasting your brain cells.
Yeah,
That's what that is.
and that's the thing I've experienced a lot in my life, and I hate always being the one pouring into somebody else's cup. I'm like, I need people to pour into me. I need my mind stimulated. I need somebody to provoke thoughts in my mind. So I understood exactly what she was saying.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
It wasn't race based at all.
Yeah,
Like
there was nothing.
hear like how she talks about like her grandfather, how she talks about like Thomas Sowell, like, but Thomas Sowell is not, in the black community, like he's not Farrakhan. And that's sad. Or not, maybe Farrakhan was the wrong example, but you get like he's not, as far as the toxic sector of black culture, he's not like, I don't know, I can't even think of somebody. He's not LeBron James. But speaking of that, she spoke highly about Kobe, because Kobe, it not only is he physical, but he's mental, just like Michael Jordan. So I don't understand how they feel like, even in the whole debate of the government taking over and absentee black fathers, when you hear her speak on that topic, she says it defending black men, where some people have rhetoric of, how can the government take you out your home? That's your choice. So I actually look at that like she's always been defending black men in that case. Polar opposite of what Cynthia G would say, you know?
Yes.
So
Yeah. Um. One thing that she said that stood out is when Jess Hilarious, she asked her about a white husband, and she said she made a response. She answered the question in a way that kind of put to rest something I was kind of like, I didn't hold it against her, but I always questioned. I'm like, you ride so hard for black men, black American men, yet you're married to a white Brit. That never made sense to me. But then she said, I'm of a black man. I was like,
yeah,
okay, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
it
So I
makes
was like, okay, yeah,
a lot of sense to you. Which way?
that she's of a black man. She said, my grandfather's black, my father's black. I'm of a black man, so of course it matters to me. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh, okay. But
and
still, though, I was
it's
like,
never enough.
yeah.
It's never enough.
But I don't know. I think that I think that she's just the kind of person where race isn't a thing to her,
Yeah,
and that's cool. Like I don't, because at the end of the day, we all gravitate towards people with our similar values. And the fact that she married somebody that has the same values as her, who they understand how each other think, that makes for a good lasting marriage. A lot of people don't. If it ain't snowing, some black men ain't going.
Umar. I would love to. I would like Dr. Umar and Candace Owens. Like that would be comical. Like that would be like the funniest. I don't know. One of the funniest. You don't think it would be funny?
I don't. I'm tired of. He's a cartoon character to me.
That
Like he's not a real
I
person.
know. I
He's
know.
not a real person to me. He's a
I
cartoon character. He's
yo,
like
every time you say this, like not towards him, but every time you like you you have almost the slogan of they're not serious people.
they're
You
not.
say it's like almost every episode that we've done so far. And I shared a video the other day. I shared a video the other day of Tommy Sotomayor, and he was, doing like this drunk lady, black lady, called into his show, and the way she was like, he was like, okay, let the young lady speak. He was being a gentleman. She was like, I'm not young, that's for sure. And then she was like, I'm Braxton, Tony Braxton's age. And then she was just like slurring her words and everything like that. He was like, you see, I try to take black women serious, and when stuff like this happens, this is why I can't take them serious. And then he was like, I don't know who would take the time out of their day to call my show drunk. I'm really not sure. And then she said to him, she was like, man, if you don't stop, I got the Republican Party designing over here. And he was like, ma'am, I got it somewhere on my Instagram. Please watch it when you get a chance. And all I could think of when I watched that video, I thought of you and Blanche, because you guys have that, you can't take these people serious. Like
You can't.
and it's like
That's the problem. People take them serious, and that just fuels them. It's like that stupid kid. It's like that stupid bad kid in class. Everybody laughs at them, and the more you laugh, the more it fuels them, or the more attention. The more you tell them to shut up, the harder they go. They only disappear when you just ignore them.
so when Candace was saying to Joe Budden that she thinks black people are naturally funnier and just black people have a natural sense of humor, does that kind of go into what you and Blanche are saying? I know, well, you can't speak for him, but does it go into when you say you can't take these people serious? Is it also a sense of humor thing, like a natural sense of humor? Because I remember when we was talking about the Boozy and Angie a few weeks ago, you were saying like even in their heart of all hearts, if that's what they're seriously doing, you was like you can't take them serious. So is that the sense? Is that the sense of humor in them?
No,
It's not.
they're just not. No, look, I'm funny, but you can take me seriously. I'm hilarious. Like if you hang out with me, you're gonna be laughing all day. But I'm a serious person. Those people are not serious. Everything they say is so outlandish. They don't even believe their own rhetoric.
That's what I'm
There's no
saying.
way.
So you don't think that's like a sense of humor?
No, I'm funny. Like, but I'm a serious person. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think I if you notice by now, I think I just laugh at everything. So I think I'm
no,
I'm as silly as
no,
huh?
no, I'm funny. No, I'm funny. Like, you ain't gonna take that from me. I'm hilarious.
Because that lady, listen, when you please watch that video with Tommy Sotomayor and that drunk black lady.
I seen it. I seen it. He said every time I try to compliment black women, they prove me wrong. He said something like that.
I would listen. I don't know why. And out of nowhere, she said, "Listen, I got the Republican Party design." I started crying. Like I was like literally like, "What is?" I don't know. And you can't say that he wasn't being kind at first. You can't say that he wasn't being welcoming. Like it was just if King Kong consciousness hears y'all, yo,
Man,
even
look,
with Dr. Umar, like, what do you think of? Do you think he's like being funny on purpose, or do you think that's just him?
when you're cartoons are naturally funny. Like, I've never seen a serious cartoon. Like, I said maybe Afro Samurai, but even that was funny. It had its funny
But I
moments.
used to, I keep saying it over and over, like, I used to be pro-black. So what I used to take him serious at first. I don't know, this me cracking up is kind of like new. Like, I don't know when I started laughing heavy. Like, I think, you know what it is? Because even with like black Muslim dudes, like when I would chill with them back in the days and they're wearing a kufi speaking Arabic, I would like be serious with like, okay, whatever, we're cool. Nowadays, when I hear them speak Arabic and they're wearing a kufi, I just start cracking up. I don't I think it's because of my change and my growth mixed with me just naturally being a silly person. But Dr. Umar, like like first of all, he repeats himself 3 times, and he has this slogan of "Black Queens Forever, Snow Bunnies Never," and he keeps talking about his school in Wilmington. And
That kid, that 23-year-old kid, not kid, but that 23-year-old young man, King Randall, he started a school. He's 23. He started a school for
he's
real.
thorough.
Dr. Umar's like 50 something and still ain't started that school. He's been talking about that school since YouTube started.
I
And where
enrolled in it though. You didn't know that?
you get your money back. You better off applying at DeVry or ITC Tech or one of those Remington College or one of those. The commercial. Hey, what you doing with your life? You don't want to count. You better off enrolling at one of those schools than his school. But I mean, at least they have a building. Shit.
I think don't Dr. Umar, don't he just be posting up in front of don't he just be posted up in front of like any brick brown building, and he just like, yeah, my school is over here in Wilmington, Delaware. That's what he'd be doing, right? And then he'd be like, Brother Kid Card Consciousness, Afatunde, hit me in the Cash App.
Look, I don't watch.
I can't even knock him.
I don't watch cartoons, so I don't know what he does anymore. I just don't. So I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how we got talking about him. But let's get back to Candace, because I don't want to drag this to 3 hours. let's get in and get out. But if you, I don't know, you saw the discussion with the rabbi.
I saw a snippet. I saw just enough. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, so what everybody didn't understand what they were witnessing. They were witnessing him trying to cast a spell on her and the audience watching, and I was just like, man, this is so wicked.
That's wicked. That's what I'm saying. Like in your gut, in your heart, you feel that. Like, yeah.
The way he was trying to get her to agree with him, and then when she wasn't going for it, he would just like you would just see like pissed off, yes. And you would just see that devil coming out of him.
Yes.
And then the way he was trying to say, you can't tell me what this word and that word is and all that. And I'm thinking
that.
What? No, he was saying that you can't tell me what is anti-Semitic, and I'm like, yes, the hell you can. You can't tell, because here's the thing about words, right? If we start redefining words or we give loose definitions to words, then that means we're altering the reality that people experience, and we're altering their perception of reality. Words hold reality in order. So if everything is racist, that means nothing is racist. And even to go back to what he was saying, you understand bloodlines and heredity and all that. So you understand what a Semite is, right?
Yes, I am a Semite.
Okay, so technically, supposedly, Arabs are Semites.
Yes, so Palestinians would be Semites.
And who hates Palestinians more than anybody?
That's a good question. I don't
know.
The Jews.
The Jews. The Jews
it's not
over
vice
there.
Versa?
Well, either way.
Yeah, it's vice versa.
Either way it is. But my question is, who hates Palestinians more than anybody?
So you think the Jewish do?
They do. Do you hate Palestinians?
I don't hate nobody.
Okay. Do you know any black folks that hate Palestinians?
No. Oh. You actually have Negro-Stinians out there, so they can't hate them.
Do you know any white people that hate Palestinians?
Not that I know of.
So who do you know that hates Palestinians?
I mean, I guess I would say the Jews, but like in that war. But I like, does that mean all Jews hate them?
No, that don't mean all Jews hate them. But if you had to pick a group of people that hate them, you wouldn't say Jim Bob. You would say Erkenstein or Fingal Goldblum or something like that. You would say that. So You know,
They
that's
use white folks
what I'm
as a
saying.
shield. Yep, definitely. They blended in so well over the years.
So when we say that, when we say what anti-Semitic is, that just means to hate a Semite. There there there's evidence that many so-called black people are Semites. There is evidence of that. You know, just by cultural customs and linguistic patterns and all that. Even though you know the children of Israel, they did mix with the Canaanites, so that may have something to do with it. I don't know, but we all know that you know they claim to be the chosen people.
Right.
That's what they
That's
claim,
what they claim.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But what is their claim to that? The only way they can claim that is by the Bible. But in the Bible, it says that the children, the children of Israel, are identified by the fathers of the tribes, by the fathers. They identify their heritage by their mothers. Nowhere in the Bible is that a thing. Nowhere in the Tanakh, nowhere in the law is it's by the fathers. So you know, and that's the thing. Like that's why I hate this saying about mixed race. There's no such thing as mixed race. Everybody's the seed of their father.
You think so?
No,
So it's not of the mother? And
no.
I'm not talking about Jewish. I mean that could be included, but
You the
no, the
seed.
seed is the father. And I'm just
Yeah,
having huh?
yeah. You came out of your mother, right?
Came out your mother as a
Okay.
product of your father.
Who put you there?
The seed, your father.
Okay, your father.
Yes, that's
So
what I
you are your father's.
believe.
Yeah, you're your father's seed. He said Negro and Africans are different. Ham is dark like a raven. Shin was brown. Not necessarily. That's it's nuance in that because there's a lot of there's a lot of people in Africa that have the exact same phenotypes. You know, when you talk about the Hamitic people, you're talking about like the Nilotic people, like you know they're really dark
Mm-hmm.
skinned, tall. You know they're mixed with you know they have those you know like the Dinka. You know a lot of them had interminglings with Arab traders back in the day. Isn't the matrilineal line traced
That's what
back further there?
that's what I was trying to ask too.
No, no. There's a marker on every Y chromosome that doesn't change. Everybody has their mother's mitochondrial DNA, but
So what does that mean?
that means that the sperm is too small to have a mitochondria. So the mitochondrial DNA, or this is the theory. This is what they say. The mitochondrial DNA that a child inherits is from the mother because the mitochondria of the sperm is just to move the sperm, and it's so minute compared to the size of the egg. So and this is what I was saying in another live when I was saying that the health of the mother is so important to the health of the child, even generations from now. Because if the mother is unhealthy, if her eggs are rotten, then she's gonna pass that down to the she's gonna pass it down to the child.
I've said
No, I'm sorry, you guys.
something like that too in my like popped up in my
20,
stories. Hmm?
I know that. I know you get 23 chromosomes from each parent, but the mitochondrial DNA is is what's passed down to the child. You can look that up in the book. You know, that's not really something I'm trying to argue. And if you know this, if I'm saying something that's something, if I'm saying something different than what you know, feel free to DM me. You know,
No, I definitely think that the seed is the father, no matter
no
what your ethnicity or what your race is.
no I'm talking in reference to this comment that we got right here. So you know, I'm more than happy to learn. Like I'm not beyond being wrong. I'm wrong all the time. I'm right a lot though, but I'm wrong a lot too. So I love to learn, but you know everything that I'm saying, you know, I got it from somewhere. So and I do know that 23 chromosomes come from each parent, but I'm talking about mitochondrial DNA. The health of the mother is very vital to the health of the child, just all around. You know, if you take a seed, and you put it in shitty soil, then it's gonna affect the health of the plant. It's not gonna germinate in an optimal way. So, but anyway, so back to the rabbi. So, you know, he kept trying to deflect, and then he tried to use guilt, and he kept trying to get her to admit something that she wasn't standing on. And I respected her for standing her ground, but it reminded me of when the Pharisees, when they put Jesus on trial, and they kept trying to get Pontius Pilate to kill him. And Pontius Pilate said, "Look, I don't see anything he did wrong. Y'all take him. You condemn him with your law." And what they said was, "Our law doesn't permit us to take life, so you kill him." You know, so it was the way they were trying to not have blood on their hands by getting somebody else to do the dirty work. So by getting her to agree with him, then then it's kind of like it gives him ground. It gives him the moral high ground.
Yes.
And he can do what he wants to do, and that's why he kept getting pissed off. I was like, man, I love this. Like, she has more balls than all those athletes or whoever that in that, and you know, they folded. So I respect her for that.
Yeah, you can't take that from her.
Yeah, it says your genome is inherited from your parents, half from your mother, half from your father. I'm not denying that, but it's all good. Hey, you cool with me? It's the general. You cool with me?